President of the United States, I will always put America first.
The US president gave what some might say is a classic Donald Trump performance, repeating the themes that got him elected. But in stark terms, he singled out what he called the wicked few nations and gave stark warning to the leader of the DPRK, Kim Jong-un.
The United States has great strength and patience, but if it is forced to defend itself or its allies, we will have no choice but to totally destroy North Korea. Rocket Man is on a suicide mission for himself and for his regime.
But in his speech, there was an apparent contradiction. While calling the world to unite against the Pyongyang program of nuclear and missile testing, he chastised the international community for coming together over preventing a nuclear-armed Iran.
The Iran deal was one of the worst and most one-sided transactions the United States has ever entered into. Frankly, that deal is an embarrassment to the United States, and I don't think you've heard the last of it, believe me.
So some question now whether the US policy is to unite with the international community when it suits Washington's interests and rip up agreements it no longer likes. For an answer, I turn to Jonathan Wachtel, who until recently was the spokesman here at the UN for the United States.
Look, the interpretation by critics of the administration has been America first is this arrogant, single-minded thing, and it's just about America being first and the rest of the world can go jump in a lake. The truth is the United States is fully engaged. The United States will always be fully engaged in the international sphere.
But the Trump speech did not spell out what sort of engagement to expect from the US administration. Instead, it was a robust defense of national sovereignty, not international cooperation. From the deal over Iran's nuclear program to the Paris Climate Accord, the United States is signaling it's ready to pull out of international agreements. And Washington is downgrading diplomacy too. The team here at the General Assembly from Washington is the smallest we've seen in years. It's also cutting billions of dollars from the US State Department. America first is no longer just talk, it's action. Nathan King, CGTN at the United Nations in New York.